Welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Come in! Come on! I've got intel. Recon is afoot.
That's how it must be.
May your comings and goings be forever covered by the grace of the Most High. When in doubt, go within. Namaste, bestie. Glad you could join me for this download. Let's lower the music so you can hear me clearly, darling dears. They got a head start, but you get the final say. They ran their mouths. But now, Spirit is running a narrative. Let's dive in, darling dears. Let's dive in. We're going to lead with the runestones, the charms, the dice. We're going to go to the dice. Namaste, bestie. Glad you could pop in. You have the energy of a 5, darling dears. Lean in, bestie. Lean in. The energy of the 5 is your good center, according to the low shoe grid, darling dears. So it covers all directions, north, south, east, and west. It's the element of earth. And as you well know, lean in for more, bestie. The energy of earth relates to your material aspects of life, your career, your finances, business, and your possessions, darling dears. It also represents, as I said, the element of earth, and I've already given you that, but it also is about the colors, yellow and earth tones, over the next few days, darling dears. Whether you are a life path 5, or this reading is covering you with the energy of a life path 5. If you are a life path 5, the numbers 5, 14, and 23, darling dears, as well as the letters E, N, and W. The number 5 is ruled by Mercury. Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. Gemini is your communication, darling dears. It's your younger siblings or siblings within your realm. Something's going on with that, darling dears. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. Mercury rules the letters E, H, N, and X. It tells you that you are a free spirit, darling dears, a pioneer. Definitely an explorer. Your lucky numbers are 1, 5, and 7. Use them wisely, darling dears. This could represent the days of the week, the hour of certain communications. Again, third house energy, Mercury energy, darling dears. Your luckiest days will be Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Bear that in mind as your lucky days for movement. The numbers are 1, 5, and 7. It tells me that you're extremely intellectual, darling dears. The energy of the 5 is representative of a Queen Cup. This speaks about stressful situations that are changing, that are being divinely guided to change, darling dears. You had to wait for a certain bad phase to pass, darling dears. Maybe it's you to get over grief in a situation, financial loss, whatever it is. Mercury is now in control. Remember, I told you that. Right? The energy of the 5 tells me that you've learned a major life lesson, but you are extremely resourceful. You are going to utilize this new level of constructive freedom that has been given to you. It speaks about change. It speaks about travel. It speaks about relocation, physically and spiritually, darling dears. You are extremely versatile and adaptable. Why? You embody Mercury, and Mercury is about your intellect, your language, your communication, your memory. You are in creation mode. Remember, I told you that. Why? Because on the tower, the energy of the 5 is ruled by the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the second house. Listen, I know you're thinking, what? I was expecting a tarot read. No, when you come over to Frequency Phoenix 555, you will hear about everything so you fully understand what's going on. You may have to rewind it and go back and understand this, but it's so important that you understand your birth natal chart. It's everything. It's your blueprint, your screenshot of the Akashic records. Everything is in there. Everything. Anyhow, as I said, the energy of the 5 is ruled by the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is the second house. It tells me that you are being put in a position as a teacher or a mentor, okay? It speaks about your traditions, whatever your traditions, spiritually, whatever structures that was broken financially, within institutions. Why? The energy of the Hierophant, the energy of the 2, is the second house, which is Venus energy, darling dears. So this is about your possessions. It's also about your self-worth. You are re-establishing your self-worth. It's got things to do with people that you once may have seen as family, okay? It also speaks about open enemies have been activated. Why? Because you are stepping into your sovereignty. This is so important in the age of Aquarius. Okay, let's step one further. I began this reading, okay, at 11:40 a.m. Let me get my book of Psalms, and then we'll see what the meaning of 11:40 a.m. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find this book. Listen, allow me, yeah. I'm a one woman cat. Right. What it? My volume is low. I don't understand why it's low, because the volume of the recording should be higher. I'm sorry for any interruptions with the low volume. When you replay this video, darling, yes, you can turn up the volume to yourself. I don't know why it's low. Okay? But we're going to look at what verse 11:4, because I started the reading at 11:40. Alright. Okay. Psalms 11 and verse 4. Okay. Right, let me get my reading eyes on, okay? What this basically is telling us, darling dears, the Lord in his holy temple, the Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes behold, his eyelids try the children of men. So what this basically is trying to tell us, darling, is the time I began this reading at, right? It's God's test, not torture. It's about those who walk in righteousness. You, big cat, you walk in righteousness. I told you, you hold the energy of Mercury, the energy of the 5. This is not a punishment. This is all about your refinement. Okay. So what's going on in your life could possibly look like delay, abandonment, and hardship, but it's sacred qualification. You passed a righteous test, darling dears. And it's not, I repeat, not perfect principle. You passed the test. All right. Everything, listen. I've got you covered here. Whether you like it or not. Why? Because we're besties. And we've got it like that. Sis, bum. All right. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. So the energy of the 5, according to the 48 laws of power, darling dears, is about your reputation. Your reputation is everything. Your word, darling dears, it's everything. It's about you guarding it with your life. Your name is your power. Protect it at all costs. Okay? Spiritually, physically, emotionally. One attack on your reputation, any attack, not just one, any attack on your reputation must be crushed immediately. Why? Divine has given you the tools, Mercury energy. You have the what? The pen in your hand, darling dears. You must learn to wield the pen. This is emails, whatever you do to cover yourself or any circumstance or situation. You should be able to write in your name, and Spirit is guiding it. All right. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. Have we covered everything? Yes, we went through everything. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. We're going to go to the, what's the T? Let's get the outside intel. You have a 5 here, and you also have a 5 on top, darling dears. And whenever we see the 55, it again speaks of the big change that is coming in your life, darling dears. A new timeline, a new routine, a new venture. Changes that you may have been putting off yourself, okay? But you're going to be put in a position where you will be putting yourself first. Remember, I told you that. I was just about to shuffle. You've got a grudge keeper on your trail, darling dears. And guess what? We've got 3 candles. The energy of the 3, according to astrology, the 3rd house. Was we not just talking about Mercury and Gemini? You've got a grudge keeper, darling dears. This is a younger sibling or extended family members. It could also represent a community, something online, some kind of shockwave that you sent out there into the hemisphere, darling dears. Somebody's going to attack your mind or your reasoning, but your mind and your reasoning is what is locked in by Mercury. Remember, I told you that. The energy of the 3, right? Somebody's trying to dodge a bullet, darling dears, but they're going to get it what? Where's my shiznai? Hold on a minute. They're going to get it right in the middle of their scripture, darling dears. Did we not just say that we are being tested, right? And this new change, it's not going to be perfect, but it's necessary. All right. Didn't even get a chance to shuffle the cards. What's on the base of the deck, darling dears? Someone's crying over you. They are crying to them fist, darling dears. Let it be known, written on every scroll, that someone is crying over you. They're hurt, sad, and upset. Good golly, and the gosh, darling dears, and the gosh. They're crying, darling dears, and you took my learned advice that whenever you come into conflict and you're not sure what to do, you go and get a 5-pound bag of rice. You're like, what? What? Yes, you get a 5-pound bag of rice and sit down and think about these actions, and you have to count them one by one. I'm telling you, by the time you've counted a 5-pound bag of rice, and you can't interrupt it, and you're not allowed to write it down, so you have to keep the figure in your mind. By the time you finish counting that bag of rice, your mind will be on lock, darling dears. You'll remember everything. Remember, I told you that. Fist bump, you don't come here and just get information. I give you the tools, darling dears. So they're crying over you. Somebody's trying to dodge a bullet, right? They're trying to block some form of negativity. It could also be you, darling dears, dodging the bullet from the what? The grudge keepers. Dun, dun, dun. I told you it's all going on, darling dears. Base of the deck is for you to continue to move in Silentio. Remember, I told you that. Law 16 of the 48 laws of power. When you are not recognized, as in Matthew 10:14, what do? You dust off your sandals and head out. Big cat styly, just like Tinky Winky, leaving with the bag. Okay. So continue this moving silence, darling dears. All right. Let's go to, we're going to go to the white deck. Haven't used these in a long time. You've probably been wondering, where have I been? I've still been uploading the elemental reads, darling dears, but I was dealing with the tail end of my Saturn return. I'm currently in a perfection year of a 10, and on my next solar return on the 4th of January, I'll be stepping into a perfection year of 11. So it's cleaning up everything on the tail end of my Saturn return. Listen, it's long. And you think, this is why I'm cautioning you, darling dears. Go to your natal chart. Find out where Saturn is placed in your chart, okay? Because Saturn is the ruler of everything. This is karmic consequences, regulations, and repercussions. But there is also rewards. Find out where your Saturn is, darling. So when your Saturn return comes, you are already in the process of correcting what is wrong in that area of your life, darling dears. Because if you don't, Saturn will come and kick you in your crutch, darling dears. Jackie Chan styling, right? Your finances, your mental health, your stability, your home, everything will be attacked. I've told you without losing my shiznai, but it was there. I was on the brink, darling dears. I was on the brink. Right. crying over you. Yeah, someone who is codependent on your energy, darling dear. Shall we give it another shuffle? Why not, eh? One more shuffle. What's this? Right? Somebody who was never truly into you, darling dear. So they was utilizing whatever you brought to the table. Maybe they're trying to dodge the bullets. Why? The bullets are aimed back at them. Why? Because I told you the energy of the five is on you. Like what? White on rice, darling dear. White on rice. Ooh, child. Yeah, because you're leveling up, darling dear. This is not a mistake. Everything that you've come in contact with, darling dear, was for your upliftment, so that you could be part of the what 144,000 that was sent to what uplift this Malkuth, darling dear. We are in the age of Aquarius, where we need our scribes. Once you understand who you are, the luck will follow you. Why? It's divinely guided. Okay then, you're saying that you can't hear properly. What I'm going to do, I'm going to end this reading and I'm going to record the rest of the reading. So however long it takes, I'm sorry for this and it's been interrupted, but you need to hear this. And it's possibly what? The wicked don't want you to hear this. So I'm going to end this reading now and I'm going to come back with a recorded video for you, darling dears, within the next hour. But I'm going to get to it, darling dears, because I'm in it to win it. Hold on. You've got the energy of the 2 4s inside, darling dears. This speaks about communication, right? It also speaks about, for some, you are going to be going into a love affair because someone or something is profound is coming into your life. I'm going to end this now, and I'm going to come back with the reading, okay? Give me about an hour or two. Do something amongst yourselves, darling dears, because you need this information. All right, I'll be back.